This video is sponsored by Rocket Money. Y'all, viral melting cabbage? If you say so. Come on. All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. In keeping with my regular methods around here, I'm doing something that is a little bit behind. Anything that's quote unquote viral in the recipe world, I'm always a day late and a dollar short on. But today, it's finally my time to try the viral melting cabbage. You've probably seen it everywhere by now, but it's my turn to try it out. And I love cabbage. Love cabbage. It's one of my favorite vegetables. So when I saw this, I was like, well, that looks really good. Now, there's a million recipes for this everywhere. Everybody's got one, and there are lots of different variations on it, but I had to pick one to try. So I did, and we are doing the viral garlic parmesan melting cabbage by Mayra over at Low Carb Love. So I'm gonna leave a link to her video and her website here on the screen, and it'll be in the video description below. Now, the written recipe that she provides is a little bit kind of different from the actual video that she made, which kind of just proves the point that this is sort of a fly by eye, I guess you could say, you know, just cook with your eyeballs here. There's a lot of basic components to this, and you can alter those how you see fit. But enough of that, let's get started on Mayra's recipe, or at least her version of viral melting cabbage. Come on. Okay, so let's get started here. Obviously, it's cabbage, so we need a whole cabbage. I've gone ahead and peeled off a couple of the outer leaves, rinsed this off, and just kind of been sitting here waiting for me. She said the larger the cabbage, the better. This is going to make about 6 to 8 servings. So what I'm going to do is just kind of come at this and cut this in half, and then we'll just quarter it until we get about 8 quarters, 8 eighths, whatever the math works out to be. So let's just come in here and cut this in half. You're going to go with the core down, and let's cut this. While I'm doing this, the oven actually is on 400 degrees. It's preheating now, and I'm going to go ahead and get my pan set up. You just need a pretty large pan. Cast iron skillet will work great, but you need something that can go from stove top to the oven, because this is going to move from a stovetop into the oven. So make sure that the handle and the pan itself is capable of going up to 400 degrees. So she did say that these need to be pretty large slices because they are going to melt apparently, but they tend to fall apart. And so if you just want to be able to handle them, you need to make sure that they're large enough. So the larger the cabbage, the better. So we've got 8 of these. Her recipe says it's 6 servings, but I may just adjust the nutrient value on this when I give you the nutritional information for this to make this 8 servings. So to our pan, you need a couple of tablespoons of oil, and we're trying to get a nice char on this. We're not cooking them through, but we are just trying to get a nice char on all of these, and getting them to fit into one pan could be a chore. So let me work on this. Okay, I only got 5 in my pan now, so we're going to take these out after they get the nice sear on them. So I'll just come back in and do a second batch of this in just a second. So I'm going to speed this up, and you'll be able to see roughly how dark I get these as they go. And I'm just going to reserve them over in a plate. So I'll meet you right back here in just a second. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got a pretty nice char on this, and I'll be honest with you, my pan is so full, and this is a huge skillet. I'm just going to make 5 of these. I put the other 3 over on a plate, and I'll just do something with those later. I don't know that I can fit any more in this giant skillet, which is, it's not, I don't even think this is a 12-inch skillet. I think it's bigger than that. The browning in the pan, that's going to help build our sauce that we're about to create here. So that was not quite as dark as the others, but I think it's going to work out. So let me just get the residual pieces out of here. Okay, so my cabbage is sort of waiting in the wings over here. I've turned this pan down quite a bit because we want to keep it about just under medium, I would think. So to our skillet, just right in the same pan, I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of butter. And you guys know, if you've been around here any length of time, I don't generally like to share the ingredient amounts because I didn't create this recipe. The people that did, I want to send you to their website. So please go check out Mayra's video and her website for this written recipe. But you'll see why I am sharing the ingredients, because There is a couple of just discrepancies in the written versus what she does on camera. That's not a complaint. She, like many good cooks, they cook with their eyes. We cook with our eyes, a lot of us. So that's not anything that I'm making a judgment call about. But I just wanted to let you know why I'm sharing that. This is a half a cup of onion. That was 4 tablespoons of butter. You just want to cook this for a second until this becomes translucent. She adds her garlic, which we've got 3 cloves of garlic directly to this right at this point, but I tend to wait just a minute and only let my garlic cook, without a liquid for about 30 seconds until it's fragrant, because otherwise I end up burning it and I don't want that to happen here. So I'm just going to cook this for a few minutes until this gets translucent, but keep it moving before I add my garlic. Now, while I'm doing this, I just wanted to thank today's sponsor and tell you a little bit about Rocket Money. Rocket Money is the personal financial app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower your bills, and grow your savings all in one place. If you're like me, you've probably seen the ads about Rocket Money and how it can help you cancel some of these recurring subscriptions. And to be very honest and transparent, I didn't think that this service or app was for me. I've got a banking app on my phone from my bank. I go through things fairly regularly. I thought I had a handle on this. So I went and downloaded the app for free. Y'all, within 5 minutes of putting my stuff in, it does its little thing in the background. It found two recurring subscriptions that I am double paying for. Somehow I have managed to sign up for duplicate accounts under separate email addresses. I shudder to think how much money I have wasted because I'm only using one of those accounts. The second one was a streaming service, and one of those I was paying for the service, and I was also paying for a bundled package which that service was included in. So I've been double paying for these. So with just a few taps, I was able to cancel both of those recurring subscriptions. If you want to do the same thing, you can try it for free by going over to rocketmoney.com/highfalutin. There'll be a link in the video description below, so you can try that out for free. You can also take advantage of some of their premium services with things like smart savings and lowering your bills. So again, guys, if you want to try it out for free, go to rocketmoney.com/highfalutin and download the app for free. Okay, so we're almost getting here with these onions. I'm going to bring them up to temp just a little bit more. I just want to get them a little bit more translucent. Okay, I'm going to add in now the 3 cloves of garlic. It smells so good in here. Now it really does. Let that cook for just a few seconds. Okay, so my onions and garlic are super fragrant. So now we're going to add in the magic of this. And now this is great on the cabbage, and it's going to cook down and be beautiful on this cabbage, but it's also great on any kind of protein. So I'm going to add in 4 ounces of cream cheese. Her written recipe says 4 ounces. When she does it, she scoops into a big jar and says about that much. So, but her written recipe does say 4 ounces. So it needs to be softened a little bit. And I'm also going to now add in some chicken bone broth. Her written recipe says a cup of bone broth, but she, in her video, just used a carton of regular chicken broth. So obviously chicken bone broth is great and has a lot of protein in it. So if you can use chicken bone broth, that's probably a better option. But even in her own video, she used just some regular carton of chicken broth. So let me switch this over to a whisk because we don't want any of this cream cheese to be lumpy. Okay, so I do believe that our cream cheese is nice and smooth. You don't want this going too high of a heat because you don't want to burn that cream, but this is where she just says spices and optional. She uses in the video garlic powder, onion powder, which I have here, and paprika. Now, she didn't give an amount. I used a ½ teaspoon. We have garlic and onion here. Garlic and onion powder seems a little bit like the Department of Redundancy department, but I am not going to argue with it because it looked amazing what she had. So I'm just going to follow her lead. She also added in a little bit of red pepper flakes. I'm going to omit that. You know, if you like a little bit of spicy, that's really good. She also adds a little bit of salt and black pepper. Just be aware that whatever you're using for your bone broth probably already has salt in it, so don't go too crazy. You can always add a little salt later. Now, her written recipe lists lemon juice. It does not give an amount of lemon juice. She did not use lemon juice in the video. Her written recipe does not include Worcestershire sauce, but she used Worcestershire sauce in the video. So she didn't give an amount. She just did about like that. So that's what I'm going to do. And now you see why this kind of lends itself to any kind of, you know, variation of spices that you probably want to do, and why you see I'm probably being a little more lenient on my own rules about providing the ingredient amounts. Now, from here, she adds in about a half a cup of shredded or grated Parmesan cheese, which I have grated off the block. At the beginning of her video, she stressed the importance of using freshly grated Parmesan off the block, because when you're using something, making a recipe with very few ingredients, it's just best to use the best quality ingredients. So don't use pre-shredded. But then when she was cooking, she said, oh, I found this carton of pre-shredded Parmesan cheese, and that's what she used. So I don't know if it's as dire as needing to do freshly grated Parmesan, but you know me, I loved bagged shredded cheese. But for this recipe, because she said it was very important, I didn't use it and I grated my own. So you do as you see fit. Now I'm going to turn this off. This sauce is going to thicken in the oven. In fact, about when she took hers out, she said she added a little more broth to hers because it got a little too thick in the oven when for her personal taste. So again, this seems like a very lenient recipe. And from here, you just layer in your cabbage wedges, and you don't cover them in the sauce just yet. You just let them bake in this sauce. I guess roast is more apt description, and you don't want these to fall apart like mine are trying to do. In this goes, uncovered, in the oven, 400 degrees. Mine is already preheated. I'm going to put this in now and let this cook for 15 to 20 minutes. The sauce is going to thicken, this is going to brown, and the cabbage is going to melt. So I'm going to let that happen, and I'll be right back here in short order, and we'll test this. I'll let you know what I think about it. All right. See you in just a bit. All right, y'all. It is out of the oven. It is super hot, but boy, that looks great. I'm going to keep a towel on that because you will ruin your life if you touch that handle. I've done it, and many people have. Don't do that. So from here, look at that. The sauce looks nice and thick. Gosh, that's gorgeous. So this is a side dish, obviously, right? So you can serve this alongside any sort of protein that you want. She serves hers with, some like seared chicken breasts. It's great with kielbasa sausage, shrimp, some fish, meatloaf. It truly is very versatile. So apparently, so I hear, I haven't tasted this yet, but the sauce is sort of what made this kind of go viral. So let's remember also that so I made 5 of these little cabbage wedges. The full recipe made 8, when I quartered the cabbage multiple times, you come out with 8 of those. So I'm going to take one of these, and again, you're going to serve this alongside something that you love, and this will be the side dish for it. And I just want to make it as pretty as I can. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Get some of this beautiful creamy sauce. And the longer you cook this, so I'm going to tell you too, she said 15 to 20 minutes. This was in there for 30 minutes. Your timing is going to vary based on, I guess, how much liquid is in the pan, how large your pan is, how large your cabbage was. But I just needed to cook it a little bit longer, and it's still not quite as brown. I probably could have done a better job of charring mine. She puts in a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top, right? And she, of course, plated this alongside her beautiful chicken that she had, and a little bit of parsley. So, all right, hold on. So I'm going to give you the nutrition information just for this side dish, not any proteins that you're going to add to it. And I'll give you one for 6 servings out of the whole thing. If you take that all 8 pieces and you divide it among 6 people, right? And I'm going to give you one for 8 servings. If you take all 8 pieces and divide it among 8 people, right? I know that's confusing, but that's the way she had it. So if you make 8 servings, cook all 8, and each serving is 1 wedge, it's 202 calories, 15 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein, 11 grams of total carbs, 4 grams of fiber. So that's 7 grams of net carbs. That's if you make 8 servings. If you made the same amount and split it among 6 servings, you're at 270 calories, 20.5 grams of fat, 8.5 grams of protein, 14.5 grams of total carbs, 5.5 grams of fiber. So that's 9 grams of net carbs. So I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to say. You're still cooking the same amount. You're cooking all 8 of them. Even though I only going to cook 5 for this. If you cooked all 8 of them, you divide it among 8 servings versus if you took all of that and divided among 6 servings. So, all right, that's enough rambling. I think you know what I mean. What does it taste like? Does it melt? Is it melted? I'm just going to try to come in here. It's going to be messy. Y'all. That's beautiful. Now, I can't even talk about it. It's so good. One of the best things I've made on the channel. 9 years I've been doing this. You know me. I'll tell you if I don't like something, I'll tell you when I do. I love cabbage already. That is one of the best things I've made on the channel. The cooking of the way it's cooked takes some of the sulfury, if you know what I mean, the sulfurous taste of cabbage, raw cabbage. That's gone. This is mellow. This is sweet. The flavorings, you know, she used the onions and onion powder, garlic and garlic powder. It worked. It worked. Holy smokes. And that sauce, I could drink it out of the pan. That's going to be great on anything. I've got some, this is going to be my dinner tonight, and I've got some chicken breasts in the oven. I'm just using the heat that leftover residual heat from the 400 degrees that was in. Y'all, that was so good. Okay. Viral melting cabbage. Yeah. It's rare that things are viral to me. I use those words because the algorithm likes those words. This will be viral. This is a regular. This is going to be a staple. It almost feels like pasta. It almost feels like a noodle. Silky, velvety. It has melted in my mouth for sure. So please go visit Low Carb Love. Give her some love. I'll leave a link to her video and the written recipe down below in the video description. It's going to be here on the screen like always. Thank you guys for joining me. I say it every time. These videos are a way for me to maintain my low carb way of eating, and looking in the end of that camera as often as I can keeps me honest. So I appreciate that you guys always come along for the journey. Hit me up over on Instagram and on Facebook if you haven't already. I'm just Wes Shoemaker, Highfalutin Low Carb at both of those places. Talk a lot more over there than I'm able to here on YouTube, believe it or not. And the best thing you can do for me right now is to hit like and hit subscribe and ring the bell. You're going to already see the names over here. These are my channel members. These are my Patreon sponsors. Without them, none of this would be possible. They are my rock stars. If you want to join the crew and see your name here at the end of every video, be sure to check out the channel memberships. They're below this video in YouTube, or head over to patreon.com/Highfalutin Low Carb and join the Test Kitchen crew over there. So I'm going to leave a playlist down below of other side dishes that I love, that I have filmed here over the course of the last almost decade. Some of my favorites. So I'll leave a playlist down here, so be sure to check that out too. All right, I love you guys. Today is a great day to have a great day, especially with melted cabbage. Love you.